have you ever, as a small business owner, have you ever hired and worked with your family and friends? And did it work out? Don't know, maybe not. They say don't work with family and friends because it doesn't work out, and I have some direct experience of that. But there is a way that it can work out. So, like as a small business owner, you're probably going to end up hiring or working with at some point your family and friends. And so, I want to share with you a way to actually do that well and not have the relationship break down. So my direct experience lately is I've been working for Phil. So my husband Phil has his own business as well, and he has started getting some extra work that he wants me to do for him, little bits and pieces, because he knows I'm good at it. And so I'm like, yeah, of course, no worries, happy to help out, you can invoice him and everything. And so he's just started giving me the work and giving me this task, sending me an email to do this and that. I'm like, okay, so I can kind of see what he wants, and I'm just not really 100% sure on it. So I'm making assumptions and judgment calls, and I'm doing the work, but I'm kind of coming back to him being like, what did you mean about this? And you haven't said how you want this done. So I've just made this assumption and done this. And so I'm feeling like I'm feeling wobbly with it. That's the word I'm using, feeling wobbly, feeling a bit uncertain. Because I'm normally really good and he knows I'm good, right? And so I'm feeling uncertain that he hasn't given me the full instructions. And so I'm coming back to him with questions and I'm like, is this the right thing to ask? And he is now feeling annoyed and like frustrated that I'm not just running with it like I would normally with my own stuff. And then I'm coming back to him with questions that I should just get. And so he thinks I should just get it. And I'm like, why hasn't he given me instructions? And we went out to dinner the other night and I had this big conversation about it. And I actually said to him, thank you for this conversation because now I've got, I'm going to do a video about it and teach other people. So thank you. But so what we realized, okay, so that he was not treating me like an employee. So if he wants me to work for him, he needs to treat me like an employee. And this is why most people say it doesn't work, right? I can just imagine all like the tradie wives right now, but like, he treats me like an employee. Don't treat me like one of your employees. Because most people know how to be a boss, not a leader. And so treating someone like an employee when you're a boss is a really shit experience. Like, obviously, you know that. That's why you're here. You're learning about leadership. And so Phil is a really good leader. And so when I said to him, you need to treat me like one of your employees, what I mean is that he needs to onboard me properly. So he's just made all these assumptions because you do when you're close to family and friends and you think they can read inside your mind because we're all mind readers, right, with our family and friends. Um, that's just. So he's just assuming I can do it, and I can, but I don't know his expectations. So when I said to him, you need to onboard me and treat me like an employee, what I'm wanting from him is, right, here is my expectations. Here is how we work in this business. These are the values and the vision we have. This is how we deal with clients. These are, like, I expect you, for example, I expect you to use your initiative on this area here. And these are the things that I need you to come and ask me about before you go ahead with. What are those decision boundaries? I want him to tell me how he works and what he expects from me. And it's all those things that he would do with any other employee so that they know how to get the best out of the relationship, how to work well together. So they know that where they can just run with it and where they need to like stop and check. And maybe it's a client quality thing. Like for example, I was doing some PowerPoints for him and I didn't know, and I didn't even think to ask, is this client facing or is it going back to you? And it turns out it was going back to him and he was going to edit it before it went to the client. But I thought it might be client facing. So, oh, what do I do this and how do I do that? And I didn't even need to worry about that. So if he had onboarded me properly, he's probably going to watch this and I'm like, damn it. Um, if he'd onboarded me properly and set the expectations and the decision boundaries and all of that, then we wouldn't have had this wobbly feeling. So I'm thinking about for yourself, if you've got because as a business owner, you probably are going to at some point hire family and friends, and that's fine, it's normal. You just need to one, like be a leader, not a boss, and you're here to learn that, which is great. And also onboard them properly, give them that respect of spelling it out for them and treat them like you would any other employee to set the same standards so that they know how to do their best for you. So I don't know if this is helpful, if this is something that you're struggling with, have a think about, okay, have I given them the context? Have I set the expectations? Have I set the decision boundaries? Have I said where they can use initiative and do on their own? Have a think about all those things, and that will help you to manage the relationship when you're working with family and friends. So if you did enjoy this tip, like, comment, or share, and hit the subscribe button to have more tips about leading in a small business. See ya.